Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So this house, as you can read from the title of the video, is the house from the movie Clueless. And if you don't know, if you've never seen Clueless, I think it came out in like the 90s. It's sometime either 90s or like super early 2000s, but I'm pretty sure it was the 90s. Either way, whenever it came out, it's kind of like one of those cult classic films. So like, people who've seen it, everybody that's seen it, they love it. So my friend had me build this house for her, which was actually my very first commission. And if you're like, commission, what the hell is that? You can learn more about that in my last video, the request house. All that's listed in the description of that video, and it links you to my Tumblr, and all the details are there. So this house actually took me like, I want to say 6 hours to do, and it was definitely a challenge. I will say that. I think a lot of that time was spent looking at all the reference images. And obviously, it's not 100%, an exact copy. I would say it's heavily inspired by, instead of an exact replica, because there were, The Sims 3 can only do so much compared to actual, like, architecture. For instance, there, between the front of the house, or I guess the main house, and the garage, there is a room on the second story that it's like a hallway that connects them, and I couldn't do that because of the foundation heights, so that was something I had to omit, and it kind of bummed me out because it, obviously if it was a commission, I wanted to do it 100%, just like the reference images, but my friend who commissioned this is really cool and understanding, and she's like, no, it looks fine. So, obviously I consulted her. I wasn't just gonna, leave things out that I couldn't do. But yeah, she's really nice, and she is totally understanding. So I actually like the front of this house a lot more than I like I got that wrong. I like the back of the house a lot more than I like the front. I'm not really sure why, even though the back of this house gave me so much trouble. And I don't know what it is with the freaking lot that I was using, but it would not level out for the life of me. And so there's a bunch of little tiny uneven, an uneven stair or an uneven patch of floor or something, and it really screwed me a lot during this build, and I was very frustrated, but I didn't take any really big breaks in between building this. I sat here and I was like, okay, I'm doing this, and I basically just built it all in one sitting. So yeah, my laziness never really astounds me anymore. When I'm willing to just sit on my butt for hours on end and just play The Sims. So I don't even remember what I have and haven't said, because I have recorded this audio at least 3 times now, because my fan was on and I always forget to turn it off, and I don't hear it when I'm recording it, obviously, but when I go back and watch it through, like on YouTube or something, I can hear it, and it bothers me. So I made a mental note of myself to turn it off. And I always have my fan on because I don't like the sound of silence. And if I don't have my fan on, it's music or the sound of rain or something, because I can't stand the silence and to be alone with my own thoughts, because that's just, no. Who would want to do that willingly? Not me. So I downloaded a bunch of stuff for this house that I think really fit, like the fencing and like the little balcony up top. I think that really looked perfect for this house. And you know, I've done pretty well. I'm about 5 minutes into this, and I haven't, I've been kind of consistent with what I'm saying. I haven't had a lot of pauses, but that's about to end because I'm running out of things to say. And so, obviously, this is a famous house from a movie, and it's a house that actually exists, and I want to say Beverly Hills. I wouldn't quote me on that, though. But do you see the annoying thing that the floor is doing? I was having that type of struggle the whole time. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The house is a legit house in California, I think. And obviously someone lives there now. And the reference images I had, which I will leave in the description so you can see, and compare if you want. But the angles of the pictures, there wasn't like a full frontal and a full back. They were taken at different angles. And there wasn't like a top-down view of like the layout. There wasn't like a blueprint. There you go. There wasn't like a blueprint to show the actual interior of it. So the interior is completely wrong. But I did the best with what I could. I got the staircase right. That's like a famous staircase from the movie. There's, the end of the movie, I think, is when Cher and Josh, I think that's his name. I haven't seen that movie in so long, I barely even remember it. But they kiss on the stairs at some point in the movie. So that is what I got those stairs kind of right. I didn't get the landings because I already had a foundation, and it was going to be a huge hot mess if I even attempted to do that. So this house, I guess, I don't even remember how many bedrooms it has. I think it has a huge master. It has one, two, I'm trying to like mentally picture it. It has like, I'm gonna say 5 bedrooms, give or take. And you'll see the freaking floor. I had stupid issues like that the entire time I was doing this. And it drove me insane because I had to keep redoing things. It was just too freaking much. So as much as a challenge, I like a challenge, but I like it not that way. When the game wants to, be stupid. But yeah, I think I don't even want to really go into the details on how many bedrooms and bathrooms. All I know is that it's freaking huge. It's a mansion. But I think what I did with the little nooks over on from this view, it's the left side of the house. But I put fireplaces in those, and then I made the nooks chimneys on the outside because I thought that the side of the house was too empty and like too straight, like it needed some depth to it. And so I added those as a quick little thing, and I like how those turned out. There's a lot of white on this house, but that's kind of what the pictures look like, so that's what I went with. I put a pool in here. They have a freaking 5-car garage. That's that garage is its own house. But yeah, they have a 5-car garage. They have a really big pool. They have a pool house. I did all of that. But yeah, if you do the build or the buy mode objects on cheat thing, you know what I'm talking about. Move objects on, there you go. For a fireplace, you can get rid of like the actual chimney, and then you can like get the top of it, which is what I did on those chimneys over there, or the make believe, whatever, those chimneys, the fake ones, the knockoff chimneys, there you go, we'll say knockoff chimneys. I think the landscaping is obviously off, but I didn't have really that big of a problem with the landscaping on this one compared to the request house. So I'm only halfway through this. I don't know why I do this to myself. Honestly, I really don't. But yeah, see how like the freaking ground dips in, and I couldn't fix it, and it was too late. I wasn't going back now. So I tried to make it less noticeable with bushes and lights and stuff like that. I really like these, like the curb type thing that you see, the border around the driveway. That's a really cool thing that I have in my game that I downloaded. I downloaded them a long time. I've just never used them until now. And I think that they really make the ground stand out. I think they really are a nice detail, which I think this is a lot of why it took me so long. It was looking at the reference images and then trying to get the details down, and to make it look really polished and really chic. And I think that I did a decent job of that. This was actually a pretty easy roof for me too. It's mostly just the hipped roof, I think it is, not a gable roof. So yeah, I think that it was easy in some parts, but difficult in others. And like I said in the last video, I think was, different houses have different challenges, and that's definitely true. There's a lot of windows and a lot of doors, definitely a lot of doors. But I like doors. I'm a sucker for French doors, which this house has a lot of. And I didn't know really what to do with the pool, because in the pictures the pool was like very curved and like, modern, whereas I suck when it comes to using the pool tools in Sims. I don't know how to use them really. I know there's ways, there's like a tutorial out there on how to do it with the curved and make it look good, but I just can never do it. So yeah, the pool house I didn't bother to really do much with. I just slapped some paint on it, slapped some windows on it, and then put those little pergolas, yeah, I think. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, I put those in front, and I pretty much left it at that, because there's like a little grilling, outdoor cooking, outdoor kitchen area in the reference pics, but obviously they never show that in the movie, so I don't know if they ever even had that, and I never furnished my speed builds anyway. So let's see. I don't necessarily know what else to say. There's that point that I mentioned. So I am still doing commissions. Those are open. I'm this is an awkward pause, I guess. I have like 7 minutes left. Oh, maybe one day I'll get better. I won't point it out. I think it makes it worse. But yeah, I really like how the back is turning out. And I like the landscaping. And there's a lot of purple tones. You know, I'm never really sure when I landscape what to do with things, like what is gonna go well together. But I think with this house, I learned that a lot of my custom content plants are freaking recolorable. I never even thought to try because I know that the EA ones aren't. But like, what? Like, that opens so many doors for me. And then I think that I filled the space pretty well with the trees because it looked very empty until I added those. Like, there was a lot of grass, which is fine, but it also looked very bare. And then I just lit this sucker up. Front, back, pool, garage, all of it. So, yeah. Okay, so I think I am going to cut this off early. I want to thank you guys for watching. The reference images will be in the description below. I'll link those. And it's a commission house, so it's not going to be for download. Sorry. But yeah, that's all there is to that. I thank you again for watching. Thank you to my friend for commissioning me for this house. And please subscribe if you have not already. And, comment, all that good stuff. I love to read those comments. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.